Ring of Honor's Best in the World is June 19th, and it's going to be a great card so far. I mean, oh my god, the card in general is great. Let's see here. There's only 4 matches, and even then, it's going to be a great match for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, which also, as we said earlier, was brought up to Destination America. But it's also on Sinclair Broadcasting local channels throughout the country. And just for people that understand what's going on in this Wednesday night war between TNA, which we talked about earlier, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, Ring of Honor, NXT and Lucha Underground, would be because, I mean, this is something we haven't seen since the Monday Night Wars. This is something great. And even though the Wednesday Night Wars technically happened with Lucha Underground and NXT, which wasn't really a war because you could watch them at the same time. You could just watch Lucha Underground on television and then go on the WWE Network and watch NXT. So you're watching both at the same time, and each have a 1 hour block. So unless you're just watching one to the other, it's not really a war, to be honest. And not really because the network I don't think has ratings, because the WWE Network is a streaming service. I mean, it has probably some ratings at some point, but it's just weird to say that a thing that you put on your television instead of something that is on television is in a war. Now we're really in a war with Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, NXT, and TNA, even though TNA is not in that time block at all. It's just after all that happens. But the fact is, you have these 4 great matches so far. Let's go bottom to top so far, just 'cause I guess that's how they have it here. So far, we have a tag team match between ACH and Matt Sydal, people that might know him as Evan Bourne, against the Decades, Adam Page and BJ Whitmire. Now, last week, well, I should say this week, because it happened, well, before I get into that, I just want to say that for the Destination America Ring of Honor deal, the original episode, the one you saw last night with Kushida and Will Ferrara, Watanabe and Silas Young, and then the House of Truth and the Briscoes, was already happened last Saturday. Let me explain that before I go into this match in general, because people might not understand what's going on. Yes, they're in the Wednesday Night War. But they're basically canning episodes to be in replays. What I mean by that is the original episode will air on local Sinclair Broadcasting channel, so you might want to look into where you are, what cable network or what satellite network you have, or whatever you have, and figure out when Ring of Honor is on in your area. I mean, obviously support it because it's on a local channel, so you might as well. But the fact is, with Lucha, but with Ring of Honor, you have this. These shows will be on the Sinclair networks on Saturdays, or well, in my area it's a Saturday, but whatever area you're in the United States or wherever you're watching it from, they have it all on ringhonor.com, sure, or on the television thing, sure. Figure out where to go. But those episodes will be originally on there with all the local advertisements. I think there's a thing where Jay Lethal does a fucking promo on a back brace and a knee brace. It's fucking awesome. I don't know why, but it's awesome. And one thing they did cut from the Ring of Honor Destination America thing was the Inside Ring of Honor with who was she? God, Mandy Leon, who's fucking amazing. But as well as the Ring of Honor Live Event Center with Larry Legend, or whatever the fuck, Larry Merchant, whatever the fuck his name is. But Ring of Honor, those episodes will be on Wednesdays, but they have already been shown on Sinclair networks. That is because Ring of Honor is moving to Fridays, which, if we check, the Best in the World is on a Friday, so that way the new episodes will be on the Saturday before, shown on a Wednesday, and then the pay-per-view, and then they have the new tapings. So it works out for Ring of Honor for sure with this deal. But back in the match, if that was not a big enough explanation for that, we have ACH, Matt Sydal against the Decades, Adam Page, and BJ Whitmire. Now, last week we had I want to say, in-ring debut of Colby Corino against Moose. It was originally supposed to be Whitmire against Moose, but they had the son of the King of Old School, King Steve Corino, and that was just domination on Moose's part. But with that, I would assume that Colby Corino would be on hand for that match. And I don't know if that would do anything to that, but for those who don't know, ACH is a hell of a talent over the years. Matt Sydal, I originally know him as Matt Sydal from WSX from back in those days, but most people know him as WWE's Evan Bourne, which is a great talent regardless what his name is. And Whitmire and Page are the future of this business, no doubt. Page has been in here for a long time, but Whitmire has been here for a long time, no doubt. But Page is one of the rising stars, I want to say, for sure. But I honestly want to see Sydal and ACH win and hopefully go with the tag titles. I like this pairing. I like the fact that this is going on, and I want to see more of it. Speaking of more tag teams, we have the Bullet Club's AJ Styles, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles, and I want to say the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but I want to make sure on that. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. I want to say they're the IWGP Tag Champions, but I don't know for sure. Are they? I'm sorry, I just want to check because I don't know. I want to assume that the Junior Tag Team Champions, but I don't know for sure. I'm just going to guess they are. But against the Kingdoms, Adam Cole, Matt Taven, and Michael Bennett with a lovely Maria Kanellis at ringside. Maria has had a hell of an impact the past few weeks. I just want to say that real quickly because Maria basically got motorboated by Jushin Thunder Liger, and that was fucking awesome. Got super kicked by the Young Bucks and someone else at one of the Philly shows, and has been used as a sex symbol, which is not bad for her role, which I don't mind at all. But it's probably the best thing for her at this point because there's no other women to wrestle at this point in Ring of Honor, except for Veda Scott. But I don't know if she's in a wrestling role in Ring of Honor, so I don't want to say that. But this is a hard match to call because it's obviously a New Japan Ring of Honor match, a cross-promoted match, much like last week. You had Kushida, Watanabe, and legendary Japanese referees in those matches as well for the TV that you saw last night on Destination America. But I want to say the Bullet Club wins it, just because they're on a roll, and the Kingdom would need this win to avenge Maria from being triple super kicked by the Young Bucks. And I want to say, I don't know who else. I guess Styles was in there too doing the super kick, but I'm not sure. But I want to say the Young Bucks do the super kick party, and Styles does a side flash, and hopefully does not break Whitmire's neck again. Or if I remember, he broke someone's neck in Ring of Honor because they botched the Styles clash, which isn't a hard thing to do. I mean, the move is not a hard thing to do. It's a face bump. It's a face bump. You have people who have been breaking their necks on it, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, I think the Bullet Club will win that one. For the number one contendership for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship in a freeway dance, Michael Logan, Moose, the man we talked about earlier, and Roderick Strong. Now, Moose, speaking of undefeated, Moose is undefeated ever since he came to the Ring of Honor. He has been undefeated ever since coming to the Ring of Honor, ever since having the... at first I didn't know who the hell this guy was until I saw him, and he's a fucking beast. Moose Rajinka, one of the great football players brought into wrestling, has been undefeated ever since he came to Ring of Honor, and it's amazing. He had a great match with ACH a while back. No, it wasn't ACH, it was someone else at, God, probably the anniversary show in Vegas. Yeah, it was that long ago. Pay-per-views have not been that long in Ring of Honor so far. Not every month, like WWE or TNA. Well, not even TNA even more. They just have one night onlys and shit. But, I want to say that out of these three, this is a hard pick, but I'm going to go with probably the odds-on favorite here, Moose. Most people would say Roderick Strong or Michael Logan, but I think Moose deserves the title shot. He's been undefeated. He's probably the best candidate for the world title. And what a fuck you it would be to the NFL to have one of their football players, former football players rather, be the champion. I'd go for it. And speaking of championships, for the Ring of Honor world title, and the Ring of Honor World Television title, World Champion Jay Briscoe defends against Jay Lethal, who is also defending his television title. Now, I do not know if television time limit. I don't even know if the television time limit will be in play here, because it's world title versus TV title. World TV title, excuse me, both world titles, technically. But the fact is, you would have to think there'd be a 60-minute time limit for the world title. And that could be at the advantage or disadvantage of Jay Lethal. As we saw a couple weeks ago, Jay Lethal faced Kyle O'Reilly in a time limit draw for the TV title in Canada. Then he walked off, and then we had the world title, and then Jay Briscoe attacked Lethal attacked Briscoe. And for a while, Jay Lethal has modified the World TV title to make it just say the Ring of Honor World title, which I love. I just love the design of the TV title in general, but the fact is you have it as the World Championship, could replace it as the World Championship. Regardless of what happens here, the TV title, I would assume, would be vacated, because I don't see anyone holding the TV, having the TV title and the world title, because you have to obligate both defenses, and the TV title has to be defended almost every week, if not every week. If not every week, maybe a week or two. It's been on the line every week or two, and it's great. But the fact is, Ring of Honor has some of the best talents in the world. No, oddly enough, this place is called Best in the World, but I want to say personally, what a story would be for Jay Lethal from going from where he has been, from Ring of Honor to TNA to Ring of Honor again, from being from being Black Machismo to being Ric Flair to being the man in Ring of Honor. Even being Black Machismo in Ring of Honor with Delirious in that one match was fucking great. The WrestleMania 8 retirement tribute match between Warrior and Savage, which was great, a couple months back. But I just want to say that Jay Lethal, if he does not win the world title, I'd be very surprised. I would not be surprised if Jay Briscoe won the television title, but I would love to see Jay Lethal become the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. And hopefully more matches will be added to the card as we go along. But Best in the World is June 19th, so let's just hope there's more. But if this is all, it's a great card nonetheless.